And you have the chat. If you have any questions during the class, feel free to send me a message through the chat and I'll be checking it throughout the class. Does that work for everybody? Try the chat and see if it works for you. Okay. So that's working. Great. So the first time anybody takes my classes, they find out that I like to teach you what I know, but not have you try it at the same time. I find that if you do that, you could get distracted or do something wrong, and then it gets confusing. So what I do is I teach you how I make my designs, and then I give you all the details on how to make it on your own. Then after, you can try it and ask any questions through email or call me directly. So a rainbow, basically a rainbow is composed of 3 garlands, a small one, a medium, and a large. And I'll show you how I make them because there's a little technique that if you don't use it, you end up with just a lot of balloons together, and they don't have that line, the nice line that it's a good quality of a rainbow. So if you want to take notes, that's also good. I'm going to use 6 colors today, and I have somebody else joining, sorry. I'm going to use 3 colors today, and they're going to start with 3 inches. So six colors. The first one is going to be 3 inches. The next one is going to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So from 3 to 8 are my sizes. And I just want to show you the colors. And I already made the small one because it takes about 2 hours to make the rainbow. So I made some ahead of time, and I'll show you the colors before we start. So this is the first garland I made. And it is a 3 and 4 inches garland that we are going to be using. And as you can see, it's already done. For each color, I also want to tell you that I use 30 balloons of each color. So that's 2 of the colors. The next 2 colors are these. And this is the one I'm going to be making, so you learn how to make the actual garland. Then the next 2 colors would be these 2 at the end. This is empowerment, and this is teal. Okay, so to start making my garland, as I said before, we're making 6 rows of balloons or 3 garlands. And what I do is I take 2 260Q balloons and I empty the air from it so we can have it more elastic. I'm going to use a different one because this one is broken. So I take 2 260Q balloons. These are the ones that we use to make balloon animals and so on. So I take the air out and I stretch it together. Then I just tie a knot right at the neck of the balloons. And this is what's going to help me join my garlands together. So these are my 2 balloons that I'm going to attach together. And the best way to attach them is you just tie the 260Q balloons to the first duplet. And this is your first, the start of your garland. And I like to use a table or a stool so you can keep track of the direction that you're going. This is going to be a crisscross technique that I'm going to use. So I'll just use this tool here. And let me know if you can see me. And to start, I like to use just 2 260Q balloons, and I just kind of wrap it around either hand if you're right-handed or left-handed. So I'm gonna use my right hand right now, and I'm just gonna hold it like this. And place it down on a table or a stool. I'm using a stool right now. And just place this duplet on top of the other one, like so. But don't push it too hard. Just place it on top. And then just wrap your 260Q balloons on the new balloon that you just placed. You can do it once or twice. Sometimes I do it once, sometimes I do it twice. So this is your first quad that you form. So I just leave it in one place so I don't confuse the size that I'm working on, and just keep pulling your balloons. Wrap it twice. And when you use a 260Q balloon, it pulls the balloons in place. You don't have to do anything. It's going to start forming your rainbow arch. So this one is going to go the opposite way, and then just wrap your 260Q balloon. And once you learn how to make this, you want to keep doing it. It's so fun to make. So you can see the pattern there. It's already forming. As you can see, I just wrapped it once and it's fine because when I pull it like that, it's secure. And the next one. And please let me know if you cannot see this. I see it on my screen, but just let me know if you don't see it. And we'll keep going. Sometimes also I find it helpful if you want to keep track of the pattern. You can see it from the top like that. So you can hold it like this. And just keep adding the balloons as you go, so you can keep track of your pattern. But I want to show you in the front, so I'll do it this way. Have you ever made a rainbow before? Any of you? This is your first time learning how to make it? So I'm just gonna show you how it's already creating the arch. And I've used several methods. I've used fishing line, and I've used the other type of material that's for fishing, but it's thicker, and it doesn't pull the balloons in place. This is more elastic, and you don't have to make much effort to make it look like a rainbow. So I prefer to use the 260Q balloons. Now, sometimes people place this as an arch so people can take pictures under it, or you can make an arrangement, and if we have time, I'll show you how you can customize it to different themes. Let's see where we are, and that's beautiful. And like I said before, the trick is not to push the balloons too hard. Just leave them right on top of the previous one and just attach it with the 260Q balloon, and you'll get your nice pattern like that. Maybe I'll put it this way so you can see it. Beautiful. And once you learn, you can make it faster than me. I'm just showing you at this rate so you can see the process. You guys taken any of my classes? Okay, we're almost done with this one. Okay. And once you're done with your garlands, this is a beautiful garland. This one is the middle garland. You can attach your 260Q balloon. And I'll remove this from here. You can attach your 260Q balloon to the neck of another balloon. So I'm just going to secure the 260Q balloon to a neck of one of the balloons in the garland. Okay. So that's not going anywhere. And that is done. Now, I have all the garlands made, and now I want to take a few minutes to answer any questions. The next thing I'm going to make is the cloud.
No questions here.
No questions, okay. We'll keep going. Okay, so I'm going to show you a cloud I made earlier. And you can place the cloud in whichever way you think looks best. This I didn't measure. I like the clouds to be organic because real clouds are not measured, they're just organic. So I made this with a pattern, but not measuring. So the middle one, right here, this quad, there's 4 balloons. These are the bigger balloons in the cloud. Then I made a slightly smaller quad right here, which is almost the same size as this one. as you can see. Then the next quad, it's smaller than this one on both sides. And at the end, I put a small balloon like this to form like a flower. So you have a quad of 4 balloons and then 1 balloon in the middle. Like so. And these are 24, actually 22 balloons to make a cloud. And I'll make one right now so you have an idea how I made it. I'm gonna be using, for the bigger balloons, I'm gonna be using 17-inch white balloons. And I'll start inflating. If you wanna lower your volume, this inflator is very loud, so it doesn't hurt your ears. Sometimes Zoom mutes it so you don't hear the noise. Like I said, I'm not measuring, I'm just inflating the balloon to make my quads. And I inflate them 2 at a time. And now I want to join them together to form a quad. Just twist them together. Like so. The next balloons are going to be smaller. So I'm just gonna mix the sizes so they are organic. I'm not measuring anything, just creating quads. Slightly smaller than the first one. And form your quad. And another one similar to this. And I'll show you how I tie them. Just crisscross them like that. And sometimes I go around twice. And then make a single knot. Okay. Now we need 2 smaller quads with a balloon in the middle. So it's smaller than the previous one. And for those joining now, we made the first garland that I wanted to show you to make the rainbow. Now we're making a cloud. So this is the last part of the cloud, the side of it. So I'm gonna put a small balloon coming out of this quad. Like so. And this one I want to tie twice, just in case it gets loose. So you can choose the longer one to be the one in the middle, but that's fine. This one is fine. So it's gonna look pointy at the end of your cloud. And one more, just like that. And this is the smaller size. And like I mentioned before, I'm using 22 balloons. And one balloon in the middle. And do a double one. Okay. Again, you want to use a table to help you put together your cloud. I'm going to use this right here. So there are two ways that I put them together. This is my biggest quad that's going to go in the middle. So I could use a 260Q balloon to tie it, but I'm going to use the neck of the balloons instead. So just press it down like this, so there are no gaps in between them. Or at least, you know, as much as possible, tie them as much as possible so there's no gap. So go around twice with one of the necks of the balloons. And I would tie them twice. And this is half of the cloud. Now I want to make the end parts. So make sure that each balloon falls in between two balloons like this. Grab a long neck. And if you can't find a long neck, just take a 260Q balloon and tie it together. So this is half a cloud. We'll continue adding on this side. It already looks like a cloud on that side. So let's continue on this side. Looking for a neck of the balloon. So I can tie them together. Find a longer one. And make sure you do a double knot on this because it has a lot of pressure from the neck. You don't want them to become a dot. Okay, and then the last one is going to be at the end here. Okay. So this is my second cloud. You can see it has big balloons in the middle and smaller ones on the sides. I want to inflate a couple of balloons so I can go over putting together the garland just once more. So this one is going to be sized to a 5-inch, and this one is going to be 6 inches. So I'm using this sizer that you can buy on Amazon. Or you can make your own as well. So just find, this is the 5. And this is the 6 right here. So just calibrate your balloon. You get 6. And this is going to be the 5. And some balloons, when they're 11 inches, and you want to calibrate them to small balloons, they are not round when you look at them, but it depends on the brand. Or you can shape them with your hands. So this one, for example, it looks like loop-sided right here. So you just go like this until it becomes round, like this. So as I mentioned before, when you start making your garlands, don't go inside like you're gonna twist them, because that's not gonna give you the garland for the rainbow. Just place them right on top like this and go around with a 260 cube balloon. And I'll inflate a couple more. This is a 6, and this is a 5. Okay. Next step is to put them together as a rainbow. I just wanted to go over this one more time. So I'm just gonna use this 260 cube balloon. And place that on a table, something you can control. Place the one with the 260 cube balloon on the table. Then put the other one, just place it on top, like so. And go around a couple of times with the 260 cube balloon. And repeat the process. According to how many you are using. So I used, for each color, 30 balloons. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you each garland. This is the top garland. Then this one is the middle garland. And then the first step that we made, or I made, is the smaller garland. That's gonna be the arch at the bottom of your rainbow. So to put them together, I'm going to use rubber bands. And that's gonna help the rainbow stay together and also be elastic enough so you can move it around if you need to. So I'm gonna start with the smaller ones. And it's easier if you put it on the floor or against a wall. So just try to see where they fall, and you want each balloon to fall in between another one, like so. I'm gonna see if I can do it against that wall over there so you can see me. So just try to wrap it around one balloon here and go to the next one. So there's some pressure in between them that pulls them together, like so. I'm gonna place it here. I'm gonna place it here, and then I'll show you. So wrap your rubber band on one of the smaller balloons. And I use the first balloon at the bottom, and I'm gonna tie it to this one. Like so. And then you can skip a balloon or two and keep going until you attach the whole rainbow. And I have my rubber bands here, so I'm just gonna do it right from here, and I'm gonna just put the camera down a little bit so you can see. There. I'm gonna go to this balloon. And then skip one balloon and attach it to the following. So this balloon has a rubber band, and this balloon is attached to the rubber band. And just keep going that way. And you can already see how uniform they look, and you don't see the rubber band. And if you see the rubber band up close, it's not gonna show when it's on a display. Believe me, there's a lot of things going on when people have an event, so they're not gonna be looking for the rubber band. I would do, but not many people do that. So let's go on this side and do the same process. I've also tried doing this with 260Q balloons, but rubber bands are your friend when you're building a rainbow. And then I'll do this one. And just take a look and see if you need any more rubber bands. I think it's good like that. And the next step is to attach the bigger one on the top. Just adjusting the garland together so we can attach them with the rubber bands. Take the computer down. And I'll take some of my rubber bands with me. So in this case, I'm going to start from the end here so I can secure the balloons. Okay, so I'll start here like on the second row of the middle garlands and go up to the larger balloon, not the last one, but this empowerment color. Now I sometimes wear goggles just in case the rubber bands pop. So I'm gonna go to a yellow balloon. More like ivory. And then an empowerment balloon. And keep going down. Now place it down again so I can adjust it. I'm gonna attach this part here so it's more stable. So from an ivory or yellow to empowerment. And undo the last one here at the end, but I'll go back to the middle to double check if I secure this. Okay, so it looks like I need some more rubber bands here, and maybe one here. So I'll do that. And it's already looking so beautiful. Okay. So here's the rainbow. You can keep putting more rubber bands, but I think for now it's okay to leave like that. The next step that I do is I attach the clouds, and I usually just put them at the bottom of the rainbow. Kind of going out of the rainbow, or the rainbow going out of the clouds. So we can put them on top later. And you can use a 260 Q balloon to attach it at the bottom. Or even rubber band. So I'm gonna use a 260 Q balloon. So I can attach this cloud to this side and the other one. I'll put it on the floor. This is a bigger balloon than a 260 Q. It's a 350. And I'm just gonna take the air out. And wrap it around one of the balloons on the rainbow. And then wrap it around a balloon on the cloud. I'll just adjust that one on that side. I'll show you how it looks like. If you can see it there. I'll adjust one of the balloons on the garland. So what I was saying before is you can use this as a typical rainbow with the two clouds at the bottom. Or you can use it like this. And make it an arrangement using any type of theme. In this case, I wanted to show you how to use it for a theme that I get a lot of requests for. Yeah, it's gorgeous. I think the colors came out beautifully. And typically, when I get an order for this type of rainbow, is with the two clouds at the bottom there, but I'm going to attach this rainbow to the closet door here. And I'm going to show you an idea that you can use to sell to your customers. It's gonna be like that. I'm gonna use some double-sided tape to attach it to the door there. And you can use command hooks to do that as well. So right now I'm gonna use this double-sided tape. And I'll use a couple. If you're in an event, you use more than that, but for now I'm gonna use just a couple. And another one on this side. And then on this side as well. I think it needs one more just to be sure it stays up. And if you have a backdrop, you can use for that as well, even better. Okay, you can leave it as this if you want. Just make the cloud bigger by maybe putting the other cloud on the side. I like big clouds, so you could do that. And you can add a character like this on this side. So it's kind of a frozen rainbow. Like so. And I'll attach it with some more double tape. So rainbows give you the ability to expand your offerings. You don't have to just do one type of rainbow setup. You can be creative, add your own twist to it. Okay, and you can continue adding things, for example. You can add a flower somewhere on the cloud. You can keep going. I mean, when you start creating, you'll see that you can come up with so many other things you can add to your setups. So I'll take a picture and I'll post it tomorrow or this week, so you can see how it looks when you finally set up this arrangement. But this is the basics of creating, or the techniques to create a beautiful rainbow that you can offer to your customers. Now, this rainbow I offer for $675. If it's bigger, sometimes $900. So I'm going to open up the video so you can ask any questions that you have. Hello, hello.
Hi, what did you say the price was for that again? I'm sorry, I missed that.
Okay, so a rainbow this size, it's about $675. If it's bigger, that people want to go under it, it could be up to $900. Yep.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, do you ever double stack the balloons for the rainbow?
If there are specific colors that I'm using or looking for, yes. But
Okay.
right now, all of these are just regular colors.
Okay, it's gorgeous, it's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And like I said, I like big clouds.
Do you have a formula for those clouds?
Yes.
A formula?
Yep. So I didn't measure, but I can tell you right now, if you want, if you have a pen, you want to write it down.
Okay, sure. Go ahead.
So I used 22 balloons in total.
Mm-hmm.
The 4 in the middle, and I'll take the cloud with me so you can see. And this is the formula if you are measuring. Okay, so
Okay.
these 4 is a quad, right? These
Mhm.
4 you can make at a size 10, for example.
Okay.
Then the next balloons on the side, the 4 on the side, on both sides of the middle one, you can make at 9 inches.
Mhm.
So size them to 9 inches. Then the final ones, so go another inch down. So let's say 10, 9, 8. 10, 9, 8. And then at the end, you put a balloon at the size of the last row.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And they're all
All right.
made with a 12-inch balloon, right?
Mhm.
And then you just size it in different sizes.
Yeah, in this case, I use a 17 for the middle one because I like
the
big, yeah. But
Yeah.
I sized it down.
Okay. It's
All
gorgeous,
right.
beautiful.
Thank you. Any other questions?
So for the rainbow, you said 30. So you use 30 for every one of them, right?
30 for each color, yes.
Yes. Mhm.
Mhm. And you can continue, as you can see, you can continue organizing it. This one got out of place, but you can just move it around.
So can we add more, like you see where there's the yellow part there and then it's missing the purple and the silver. Can we add like 2 more there? Is it possible?
You can add more.
On the other side, on the other
But
side.
you, on this side,
Yeah.
you can add more, but this is supposed to be covered by the cloud.
Okay, you're right.
So you don't have to. And you
Okay.
and if you have, for example, this
Mhm.
next to the character,
Okay.
it's gonna cover it up.
Okay.
Mhm. So I'll set it up and I'll take a picture
Yeah.
with the final touches. So you can see that you don't need to continue more with more balloons. You just need to adjust it with more rubber bands.
Okay.
Mhm. All right. So that's the class for today, and thank you for joining.
Thank you.
Have a great night.
Thanks, you too.
Okay, bye-bye.